company's Black Series Edition LLC. But honestly, we're gonna be leaving the office like super late, and the reason why is because the freaking PC this is an interesting build. It was. The motherboard, I'm used to using different types of motherboards. I used to use the MSI boards or MIS boards, I forget what they're called. Anyway, I usually use those boards if I'm building because I'm more familiar with those boards. But this one was a really interesting build. Number one, no instructions whatsoever. No drivers are needed because pretty much once it went on, everything was able to boot up with no problem whatsoever. Did have a problem with one of the video cards, which I'm hoping the video card is not having a problem at all because for some reason it wouldn't work in here. But when I disconnected the video card out of the work PC and attached into here, it loaded up. So I don't know. Hopefully it's working well. If it's not, we'll just have to get another video card. That's what we'll have to do. But for right now, it's working perfectly fine. So I have everything hooked up. We got a nice wire management going there. Got all the wires mostly out of the way and gone. Still have to go in and hook up. We got the USBs are running. Sound is running. So over here you can see that on the monitor, the sound is running. So for our headsets and all that stuff, we want to run through, and the Wi-Fi adapters running all well. So everything's running perfectly. And the hard drive is picking up and reading with no problem whatsoever. And the system is running perfectly. And it was interesting, I'll tell you that much. It was a very interesting motherboard. Because like I said, I usually use the MSI motherboards and all that. That's what I use. Man, trying to figure out where them hitters was at. That was a real fun. That was extra fun. Oh my goodness, man. See, they got them even right there on the Dells. The Dells have them right there for you to see them. On there? Nah. There's no instructions. There's nothing that comes with it. And you don't want to be in there pressing and not hitting the power. You mess up your system that way. So the only way I was able to find out is I had to go to Amazon, find a board, and sure enough, there was a map of basically where the hitters were at. And I was able to go in and put the power in for the hard drive, all that stuff, the switches, everything is in there. It's good to go. So everything's running fine. Got it right over here. Got our mouse over here, keyboard and all that activated. And it has built-in drivers, which is good. Because I'm like, what the frick is it? When I got in, I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to run all this. Where's the drivers? So it has no drivers on it, which doesn't need any drivers at all, period. I learned a lot from this PC build. I learned a lot. It shouldn't be that hard to put it all together. It's just the problem is that just trying to figure out alone where the heck were the switches. And that's what made everything a nightmare. And then basically, like I told you before, I had to go in and I had to wire management to daily. I wanted very little wires to be seen in here. So the wires that are being seen, you can't help because they have to make contact with the board. But as you can see, all the other wires are all behind there, nice and neat. Can't see that. And since this board is like I think it's a baby micro ATX, because it's so much smaller than the other one. This is a micro ATX. This is not an IT, because an ITX would be much smaller than this. This is a baby ATX. Because, man, it is. There's such thing as a baby ATX boards. Yep. But everything else there is running quite nicely. I do want to get some temperature control to figure out how cold everything is in there. And we did, like I said, we did our proper setup in here. I do want to get this from here because I didn't know how long this was actually going to reach. So I'm probably going to turn it off, disconnect it, and run it up through here to bring it over here to neaten it up because I just don't want that there at all, period. And we still have our fans to put in, so I'm going to put one of the case fans in here. I did make sure the Molex adapters were already free so we can get access to this. And then we can finish the paint job and everything else we got to do on it because there's no point in basically decorating the case and working on it if we can't get the machine to run. But man, that was interesting. That was really interesting. So I'll be here a little bit later just to get this all finished up and done. Because tomorrow coming in, I know I'm going to have a lot on my plate. And still, I got all this stuff to clean up and fix. Concern right now, because that's the graphic card out of that. For some reason, I couldn't get the graphic card to load. I don't know what it was. It just wouldn't boot for some reason. And I'm thinking like, okay, usually when you go through that means you got to run it through VGA. And then VGA will allow it to be able to pop on through your monitor, and then you can go in and you can load this up, and the drivers will find it and hook it up. Sometimes you do it that way, but this we didn't have that problem at all. Everything was just plug it and play and just went right through with no problem whatsoever. So what is wrong with the graphic card on that side? So we'll have to get that fixed today before I can leave out. It has to be done. Oh, man. I don't mind a little struggle when I put together machines, because again, like I say, you learn stuff. I learned a whole lot about those motherboards. Well, if I decide to buy another one, which chances are I probably will, because I do like the motherboard. It does have a lot of cool stuff on it. And yeah, it was just trying to figure out where those headers were at. Once you find the power switches and stuff, it's pretty easy. But other than that, finding them and trying to figure all that out from the door without, if I didn't even think to go into to Amazon, I would have never found them. Because it doesn't say it. It doesn't say anything on there about what your where those switches are at. It doesn't say nothing, and there's no instructions at all. So you can't just look at another motherboard and plug it in, because that won't work at all either. They can have the switches on the left, they can have them on the right, they can have them in the middle, they can be anywhere. They can be 4 switches in there, and you think it's 2 by 2 going in. It could be 2 going up top or 2 going at the bottom. You don't know which way they're going in. So it's best to just go in and figure out exactly how that's going to work. If you don't, you're running the risk of shorting your stuff out. These are some of my screws. I'm going to plug up one of my, I guess I can plug them all in. To tell you the truth, I can't plug them all in. Just can't attach them because we got to get the long screws for those particular fans. So we got these right here, and then we got another set going to go right here. But since we got this big old open area over here, well, at least that's a good. I can put a pipe system through there for Mario Brothers, because I got plenty of room to play in here. I put a nice pipe system in here for the whole retro theme. All right, so let me see. I think I'm gonna put this one up here. So at least I can put you over here. I can see some of this. Hopefully you can see it from here. I'll try to bring it over so you can see it. Let me squash you in there for a minute. Put the fan back up. So basically, very interesting build. Like I said, I'm not used to these type of motherboards, but this one was basically a bit of it was interesting. It was a fight, definitely a fight trying to get this thing to work. But we were able to troubleshoot it and get it fixed. And that's why I explained to you that, when you work on your, unless you're going to take it to Geek Squad or one of them to work on your stuff. But I'd rather just do it myself, because then that way I don't got to pay the money. It's always best to know how to work on your own equipment. That's the same thing as you get a car. You should know how to work on your own car. I'm talking about being a top grade mechanic, but at least know something. All right. Put these in. Where the heck is he? Oh, right here. Technically, I should make this an outtake fan. I need air to blow out of it. So, got air coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna make this an outtake fan. Let me turn this thing around. So I'll show it to you in a few minutes what I'm doing. So I'm going to convert this fan to an outtake, and the other one's going to be intakes. Even though we don't need it because we have the liquid cool system in there. Overhead fans are nice, man. Nice and cool. keep getting that one done. And we're still going to put a nice EL wire trace through the back outside of it. We're going to use chasing system for that, for the light system. So I'm going to finish the rest of the paint job on this, put a nice high fluorescent glow in the dark activator on here, and then after that we're going to run a trace line through here. Trace line of LED lights. Give it more of a arcadey look to it. So install that back area there. So we got air coming straight down, but we're going to make this an intake fan to push air out. We're going to have air pushing up this way and this way at the same time, pushing air back out. Even though we don't really need it, because again, like I said, this is the main piece you need. And our graphic card isn't like a really beastie graphic card where I really have to worry about this thing overheating. It has a fan system on it already, but nothing we have to worry about. When I do this, when I do the 4060, that is definitely going to be liquid cooled. When I do the if I do a solid state drive into the heater. Sorry about that, people. I apologize. Right there and then, everything just started to have to reconnect again. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do. I'm testing out. That's what I want to do. Get like an open bench where I can work on stuff. So basically, want to figure out how to get around BIOS with the liquid cooling system, because I think you can run a liquid cooling system on it. You really can. You just basically have to figure a way to get around the BIOS. Make the board think. They either ignore it, that it's not there, or something, but you can get around it. But we'll figure it out. This guy did jumper cable system, which I might want to experiment with that too. So we're going to put this back together, but we're going to pick up an i5 to fit in there, because we don't have any i5s left. Unless I swap one of these out for an i7, and we'll stick that in there. All right. Yeah, I can't do this and show you this way at the same time. It's not going to work. Got to put you down somewhere. I guess I have to put you over here. Sorry about that. Right, let's daisy chain these in. So, we could hook them there, but I want to put them there. Infinity mirror is already up and going. I'll try what to do with these fans later on, once we get them ready to go in. Right now, we're just going to put them right there for the time being. Figure out what we're going to do. We still got to get the longer screws. Got to get those. Still got more management, wire management to do in here. It's a project. See how much weight it is. It's a project. Power supply is over there. That's what's blocking that. Power supply is right in that spot. Weight is flat right now. Get around to that and move around to it. Just need something later for the time being. Come on. Nice. So we have to put this here for the time being until we get our long screws in, and then we can go from there. So we'll get them in. Did I hook these things up? No, I did not. Let me see. Alright, what are we doing wrong here? Alright, when we get the long screws in, we can better hide all this. So right now this has to be for what it is for right now. Once the long screws come in, we can mount this properly to here and here. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. So this is what I understand. If you put case lights here and you got a power supply here, the screws can only be so long because they're going to make contact with the power supply. There is no way in the world going to be to put long screws over on that side. That's not going to happen. And the other screws are too short. We're going to put a Velcro system in. That's the only way we can do it. We're literally going to have to put a Velcro system in so we can pull the fans up and down because there's no way in the world. There's a hard drive right there. So how in the world would you have screws long enough to make contact? Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll Velcro them in. That's what we're going to have to do. We'll put a nice pad. They got these circle Velcros. They're about this big. Little pads on them. You can put them right here and here. They look nice. Lock them in place. Jeez. Really? That's the one thing. Improvising, trying to figure out how to get it done. So now on this side, we still have 3 more fans to put on this side over here. And then we'll pretty much be done. Should I come up to a temperature gauge or something? I don't know. Oh, I forgot we're not on this one. We're on this over here. Yeah, right on there. Let's see if we have to run solid state drives. Yeah, when I get them. I already put an order in for one already. 4 terabytes. This is much we can put on there is 4 terabytes. So we're going to install one in. Oh. So that should have loaded by now. Doing a cooling system for the hard drives. I'm about to put those in. I'll put them in next. I'll put a cooling system down there for that. So this is going to stay on all night. I'll leave right here. This will stay on all night. See exactly what happens. If it shuts down, if it's still running. I do the same thing with projectors. When I buy projectors, I let them run all night just to figure out exactly if they're going to shut down or not. Because I can't give a review about something that I haven't properly tested. And I had a couple of them that, oh yeah, that was the Optima. Oh, I like that projector too. I had an Optima projector and I left it on, came downstairs and the light was flashing. I was like, oh, that is just messed up. No, 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 not yet, not yet. Let me get all this cleaned up. Then I'll give some treats for being good. At least he was somewhat good. I'm sorry, Mr. Man. Taco. I got you. Don't worry. I just got to get this stuff all packed up, okay? Get everything down, packed up. I'll hook you up. Let me get him, what do you want? You want cheesesteak, hoagie? What do you want? I'll hook you up. You can have half of mine. When you get home, you can have half. Cause he been good. He been good. He didn't come up. He's not under my feet or nothing at all. All right? He just mad because he wants some time. I'm sorry. I got you, buddy. All right? Let me get all this stuff cleaned up, okay? Good look on his face. How dare you ignore me? How dare you? Just work on your computer. So how do you get attitudes? Yeah, look at him. Taco. Taco. I got you, okay? Yeah, got him. Taco is hooked up. I tell you, every time he go over to my sister's house, they give him seafood. I can't eat seafood. They give him seafood. They go down and they order him a lobster platter. Yep. He gets caviar. He gets all that stuff because they like to cook. He gets stuck and gets hooked up. What was that for? Oh, that's for taco. We got tacos for taco one time, didn't we? Yeah, we got tacos for tacos. Yeah. Hard drive indicator light. Oh, that's funny. I'll tell you one thing. Definitely improvement on these boards because I remember that if you didn't have the drivers for your motherboard, it was a freaking headache. And the first thing that would go down is basically your network card and your audio. It just wouldn't run unless you could find the drivers for it. Most likely, if you couldn't, you was in a lot of trouble. I'll put that there for the time being. I don't need that. I'm gonna just put this in here. Or just put all the rest of the stuff up. I usually never use these. I just don't. Because that's the artwork and design I want to do around that. So I don't use these at all. Some people do. I don't. Cleaning and wiping down the glue. The thermal paste worked fantastic. So I did like that. It worked very great. Where is the door for this thing? I bet you that guy. Hey, we don't listen to him anyway. Bet you that guy was probably in the room trying to see what would go wrong. Man, you don't get a life. And I'll tell you one thing. That if I do have a problem with the PC, I know how to fix it. And get it working. You're going to run into all sorts of problems with hardware. And that's the one thing I like about it. At least I can fix it because I can only do so much on a console. I like my consoles, I do, but there's only so much I can do with them to fix them. Most likely it's to mod them out to prevent them from having problems. So I'm not sitting there trying to figure out like, oh God, I got to take this thing apart. Like I'm not only want to go down this road. But yeah. So that's why, yeah, I'll liquid cool them, keep them nice and cool, take them out, put them in big open cases so they run better, more airflow. And your console system should be running that much air in there with no problem. Instead of having one fan. That freaks me out. One fan freaks me out. I'm a person that I'm big on cooling my systems now. I'm very big on that. Oh. Can never have enough cooling. Ugh. It's I would have had it done faster if if I just took the whole thing out, which I didn't want to do because you seen the wire job I had to go through. That's why I was dreading like taking the whole thing out. Like, man, if I take this out, I'm gonna have this freaking crazy wire job to go through. I had to separate all that stuff and figure out what we're going to use, what we're not going to use, and then basically get it back to where it was before. So yeah, I was dreading that, going through all those wires. So I was thinking that it would be easier for me to just go in and just basically just hook it into the board, connect it in with everything already bind, connected, and be done. But thing about it is I still had to go in and still connect the headers and everything for the cooling system. So I still had to take them out either way. But this is so much easier because with the Dell, I had to hook in the 5-pin adapter to 4-pin. This is right directly into the motherboard CPU fans. So much easier. Now, if I want to control the lights, because the lights can do a display where my RGBs are at, I have to hook in a special adapter with a remote control to get the lights to move in some kind of synchronized design, which I'm going to do that next. And remember, once we finish the case with all the artwork and everything that's finished on it and everything, this is not even done yet. This artwork is not even done. This is just the first base design on it. We're going to actually add a little more to this, some more brighter, more vivid colors. And then after that, we're going to basically put a pipe system all around it. And we're going to run LED light traces all in and out of these corners so the chasers just run all through it, inside and out. And put a nice little pipe system through it too for Mario. So this would be a fantastic board for the Sugar Plum Fairy because the boards are tiny, they're small. I have more room in there to play. I put one of those boards in one of those bigger cases, man, I'll have so much room to play in there, it's not even funny. Unfortunately, the i9, the one I'm getting the board, is a little bit bigger than that. It's probably about that size right there. What's up, Mr. Taco Man? Mr. Taco Man. Mr. Taco Man. I got you, buddy. I got you. Because you've been absolutely fantastic. You've been great. Absolutely great. Done a fantastic job, man. You're up for a promotion. You're up for a promotion. Do you know that? You've done a fan. How does he know the camera is that close to him? Isn't that crazy? He actually automatically knows. See how he puts his head down? He already knows that the camera's that close. If I bring it back here, see? He's just staring at me regular. He's not even putting his head down. How did he know? He just knows the camera is automatically up on him. Maybe he can see something I can't see. Something special cat powers. All right. And keep this because we can never know when we have to put memory into something. See, some people will basically go through what I went through and give the board a bad review. It just takes some time. That's all. Some people did give it a bad review, but I don't go by the bad reviews. And somebody puts down on something, I go try it out for myself. Maybe it'll work for me. Maybe it won't. If it don't work for me, then I'm in the group with the rest of the other people who definitely told me not to do it, and I did it anyway. But it worked. It's a little bit interesting of a struggle, but it worked. And now we disconnected the optical drive because we don't need it. Because the optical drive is basically not new. You don't need optical drives at all. Now this is what you have to have on these boards. These right here. So we're going to have to put this thing back together. Good thing we know where all the parts go. So I got to go in, grab my stuff, put all this stuff back together, and then basically I'm going to get me a piece of wood, drop everything to it, put our screws in and stuff, or our motherboard screws, and build ourselves an open bench so we can test, because I am determined to get a liquid cooling to run off that board. We're going to get it done, aren't we, Taco? Yes, we are. I'm going to post it and say, hey, I did a liquid cooling sound on Dell. It'll work perfectly fine without going through notification failures. Saying that you can't run this, you can't run that. I know you just want me to take the same thing out twice, right? Trying to shut this. This is the other machine right here we're working on. I had to take this out, the graphic card, which I'm kind of scared now, thinking that graphic card is not going to boot. I hope it does. I don't know why it wouldn't boot over there, but it just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't boot for Jack, so don't know what the heck that was all about. And I'm going to run my game system off here, put up my gaming screen pin, because that's what we built it for. Come on, Taco. Come on, man. You got to back up, man. You can't be right underneath me all the time. That is not good. I'm trying to watch him because I don't want him getting any static on me. I'm still messing around with these parts and trying to lock this in. Come on, man. Be good. Damage the screen? No. Be good. I still got to pick up parts. I don't even have static electricity pulling off me. Come on, man. Oh, that's not necessary. Stay over there. I was laughing about that when you're playing online, especially when you play on cross-platform all the time, and you hear the consoles and they're talking about how I have to send it to tech support. Yeah, I know myself because I did take a couple. I had to send a couple things to tech support. I sent my freaking 360 so many times over to tech support it wasn't even funny to get that thing fixed. And then I'll never forget when the guy was saying that. The guy was like, "You don't send your stuff to tech support," and the guy was like, "We are tech support. You're tech support. You are." You are literally tech support. You have a program problem in Steam, you'll figure it out. Or you just don't play that game anymore, but you'll figure it out. Or go into some forum site and figure out if someone else figured a way how to get out of it. Maybe they can help you with it. But most likely, it'll be you. So, you know. You'll become tech support. But the good thing about it is you learn as you go. Don't let it be intimidating. I tell people, don't get intimidated by PC. People say, well, I don't know the first thing to start. I remember when PCs, when they were coming out, and people were getting them for home. Because they weren't for home use. They were for business only. And people got their first home PC. And yeah, that thing was freaking intimidating. Do you have any idea that my mother bought us our first computer? And it was like a little tiny, like a tan box that you hooked up to your TV because they were trying to make computers more friendly for consumers. And you know how much code that you had to type in just to get the color red? It wasn't like going red screen, blue screen. No, you literally had to type in, those who remember the era, that you had to type in all these freaking codes just to make a sound. To make a little sound, you had to type in all this code. But it was fascinating to do it. It was. That was way back in the day. Like a whole two, I'm not talking about like a paragraph. I'm talking about like maybe 20, 30 paragraphs of writing in all this code over and over and over again, colon slash, all that stuff, just to make the computer go bam, or make it change colors. That's why when I see Gen Z, you have no idea how good you have it compared to when I was coming up with computers. You'll be like, oh, I can't get this. Oh, really? Seriously? First time using JavaScript. Watching a video for the first time off a computer. Wasn't even, it wasn't like, for now people look at it and say, oh, that's crap. But man, when I was coming up, man, that was the greatest thing in the world. What humans do. You ever remember listening to that music when you first loaded in your operating system, your XP, and you went to listen to some music and had some music already pre-installed, and they had the song called What Humans Do. I heard that song so many times because when I was doing installments for other people, I put some people lose their sound card, and I put a new sound card in there for them, and I would test it on a song called What Humans Do. If I play it, I bet you would know it. Oh, I was looking for these. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I forgot we don't got microphones on this thing. Microphones on the other one. We're not running off that PC, we're running off this one. I keep forgetting. What are you to do? Do. So I was so concerned about my keyboard. You need a gaming keyboard. You're playing on controller. That's the benefit about PC. Let me explain to you how that one works for the person who made that statement. PC has the option to play on any controller we want. We can button map whatever we want. So if I want to play it on the Nintendo 64 or any slew of controllers, I got something called a Joy Box, and we can plug our stuff into, and we can run whatever the freak we want. If I want to play on multiple different versions of keyboards, there's so many different versions of gamer mouse. You can basically play on flight simulators that you wouldn't freak even believe at the end of the day. It has a button system on it that would even drive most people crazy. Yeah, our controllers are freaking insane. So with that being said, I can play with your controllers. I can play with my controllers. The thing is, you can't play with my controllers, but I can play with yours. Yeah. Had a friend of mine. He likes N64. He mapped his system to basically play the N64. Or even do some button mapping. Well, yeah. Ah, get over here. Keep hitting this. I'm so used to being on that keyboard. I'm over here on this one. Yep. So first thing I'm getting with this one is, I might, don't really feel like going there and changing out the i5 to an i7. It's not really hard to do. It's just getting that thing back on top of it, to tell you the truth. That might be it. I might just leave it the way it is. There we go. Yeah, speakers on this thing. Where are the speakers for this thing? Where are the speakers for this? I think the speakers are working. Let me see, it should be. Don't dismiss, please. Let's loop that. I might test this out. Let's see. That has to run through US. Has to run through. So it's running. Remember this song? Yeah, if you had XP, it's one of the sample songs. You're sitting there in the system like, wonder what this thing has. It's one of the songs you bump into. You don't have it anymore. It's a fantastic experience for most people. Most people got XP, got their first computer. It's the first song they heard. And if you didn't have internet, you could listen to that song. It came with the bundle. So this brings back a lot of memories for me. Because every time I would go to somebody's house to program, put in an operating system, whatever, and we couldn't find the drivers for the system to be able to run the original speakers, or the sound card, I had to buy a whole new sound card. I would test it with this. It's beautiful painted stone with the reborn of retro game box. Retro game box, this is just the beginning of your journey. We plan to do more with you, much more. It was a struggle. It fought. It died. It was brought to life again. Now this machine is going to be introduced to the most amazing screen paint on the planet. Look at the naysayers getting hate when I say my amazing screen paint. Challenge me. Seriously, stop being a coward about it and challenge my tech. Give me something worth my time. You know, don't get mad and bitter about it and leave the room because you're upset. Give me a challenge. Do I literally have to make a paint called challenge? Come on now. Gee whiz. You're bitter and upset. You don't like the fact at the end of the day that I could do this. You don't like the fact of the day that I could do that. Sheesh. Get a life. You're all bitter and upset because I say my product is the best. Well, if my product's not the best, then do the match your betters. Prove it. That's all you have to do. Till then, I got things to do. Yeah, for people who don't know, yeah, the naysayers get mad, they get upset, they get bitter, they bottom-lip biters and all that stuff. But yet, they don't want to challenge my stuff. Give me a challenge. That's all I'm asking. How hard is that at the end of the day? Make something worth my time. That's all. Stop canceling orders. Stop putting money back in my account. Stop pulling down your website marketplaces. Stop canceling states. Literally stand up to your product. Back it up. Other than that, stop crying about it. Wait to see the gunmetal technology. You thought that's a nightmare. We got something else waiting for you. The naysayers so upset all the time, always angry. Get it together. Now, besides their nonsense, of course, we thank our Lord and Savior, because look at that. Look at the blessing of God right there. I never went to school for computers. Ever. The Lord taught me not only how to rebuild machines, but the problem solving how to fix them. When things happen, when my machines don't work and they collapse and fall and things happen, this is where the enemy tries to rejoice and get glory out of this. But you can't get glory out of it. The Lord allows those things to happen. So he's kind of like setting you up for the serve in volleyball. You know, they jump it from one person to the next, and they hit it to the most powerful player, and bam, they just spike it through. Just to show you at the end of the day that if his Christians fall, they will never stay down. They will always rise, no matter what. Look at my glory I give to God. The devil thought he had the victory. I know he's over there laughing and carrying on about me not going to get this to work, couldn't find the hitters on or anything. And you thought you had victory over a Christian? Never. Christian will always have victory. And not only that, I can show what my Lord has blessed to give me. And my Lord has blessed and has given me. Never went to school for computers, ever. Prayed about it, and the Lord asked me, what would you like to know? And I said, I want to know how to build a computer, because I wanted a computer really bad. Couldn't afford one, they were too expensive. Now, yeah, this whole new technology and this RGB technology, I didn't know anything about this. Now I know it. It didn't take long. As I was walking down the street, the Lord was explaining the whole thing to me. How it all runs, how you all put it all together, everything. Even how to build a new machine I'm working on. Automatically know how to do it. Very interesting, though. The devil doesn't have victory on Christian. Christian has victory of the devil. Now I get some figurines for this thing. Man, these things are pumping. Ho, ho, ho. That board is amazing. So tiny. I like that. Never had a board like that before. Just like that machine over there. It crashed. Board told me exactly what to do, how to problem solve to fix it. It runs, it works. Take that thing out now and put that into a case. I just got finished talking about how these systems overheat. My system did the same thing. Hard drive overheated. Yep, hard drive overheated. Steve online. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Now we can run whatever we want to run. Not worrying about anything overheating. Because one of the problems I have if the game on is going off like, what the heck? Yeah, it was overheating. Don't have to worry about that no more. I'm gonna see what they got available on my wish list because I got a couple games on here I want really bad on my wish list. And we got a Beast of Virus Protection on here. I just added one to that one on until it's paid for that thing. I want to see what's going on my wish list. Where's my wish list at? My wishy list. Wishy list. Wishy list. Good. There's more games on the wish list. Here we go. Ah, the Saboteur. I love that game. Retro City. Yeah, it's kind of like the game I'm playing right now, but it's a little bit more retro to it. Oh, this is a shooter, man. Let me check something real quick. Right, I'm in full 1080p. Yeah, because this monitor is full 1080p, that's why. Okay, I'm good. Definitely getting a shooter. And I got my flight stick around here somewhere. Where's the flight stick? And the Pac-Man joint. I'm going to need to bring that over here too. I'm doing my flight stick with this. Oh, yeah. We're definitely doing this one. Oh, it's not even available yet. I gotta wait. It's good, but I think I'm gonna upgrade my graphic card. We got the slot for it too, because usually we don't have enough room. I think I'm gonna get a 1660 in there. It looks good on this one. This is actually a 1050. I'm definitely getting this one. Not available yet? I'm definitely gonna get it. Yeah. Now, when I say this is better than the PS5, oh heck no. PS5 is far better than this. Not system over here. It's an arcade system. But I can see it works pretty good. Yeah, I can play big titles on this. The only problem I was having with it, the fact that it needed to upgrade the RAM was pretty low. It was 4. That's how low the RAM was. So that had to go, and basically it needed better cooling because it was overheating like crazy in that box. So yeah, that had to go. I'm gonna basically probably if I do decide to go back in that section, I'm probably gonna put an i7 in there because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put the i7 in there. So I'm probably going to do an i7 3770 in it, K in there, and I'm going to get maybe a 1660 graphic card. Is it overkill? Yeah, it's overkill. But still. Oh, this is the 8-bit Wars. I'm going to get that one right there. This is another one too. Madness Project. These are the kind of games I like. Guns, 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 and more guns. That's what I'm talking about. Endless updates. And it's guns. Oh yeah, we definitely can't wait for that. Is that available now? It's available. That's right, 24 bucks. I Am the Hero. I like this one too. Uh-oh. See, we're good. Oh yeah, we're good. Game just stopped on that. Yeah. We're nice and cool. Yep, it's a game. Playback. But yeah, I'm gonna go grab me a 1660 graphic card. Bravery and Greed. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get me another graphic card. We got a 1050 in here. That 1050 is gonna have to go. So I'm pretty much probably gonna just get a 1660. Let me see. I've got no microphones on this thing. 1660. Yeah, I think a 1660. So they got this one first one. Amazon got it for 300, so that's not bad. We gotta get an upgrade for that. That's what we're gonna need. RAM size is 6 gigabytes. Oh, this one over here is $89. This one's $179, but this one over here, and that'll match what I got in my case too. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, this is what I'm definitely to pick up. All right, that looks like something we're gonna have to get. All right, people, I'm done. I'm done. Finish up here, clean up a little bit, and after that, I'm out. Hope you enjoyed. Gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.